Everybody, welcome back. It's Virginia Tech number 7 versus number 2 Florida. Our final game, the main event, the main card tonight. P. Carlos, our GOAT, the official CCS analyst. Welcome to CCS season 8, my friend. I mean, it's great to have you here. We missed you in the fall and the summer seasons. I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back, brother. Number 2 Florida, number 7 Virginia Tech. It's good to have you back, P. Carlos. And Jonas also missed just as much time as you, and he's been back with us the last 2 nights. It's been great to have him back alongside myself. It's been a long winter, my friend.
Yeah, it has. And I mean, getting set in season 8, I mean, last night's broadcast was an absolute blast. This one has been a ton of fun, and we have one more left to go. Virginia Tech, the Hokies, expecting a lot from them this season. Again, ranked number 7 in the preseason poll. And then Florida. I mean, Florida's Florida. We all know them. And Nation, they're coming off one heck of a match currently tonight.
Yeah, they just completed that Tri-City Slam land qualifier bracket and reverse swept James Madison into Game 5 behind a Larry and Sap Masterclass. But nonetheless, they're coming off a reverse sweep attempt. There's a lot of momentum going into now this game against Virginia Tech, who again ranked 7th in the country, who again I think is going to be up top of the ACC again. But, for me, I think this match here, I think this match has more weight on Virginia Tech than it does Florida. But, again, this is a big win no matter who wins it.
Yeah, I think it'll be really intriguing to see. I mean, Virginia Tech, again, for me, they're kind of still a big question mark. I know Florida. I know what they're about. I know what they could do. I mean, it just happened on Mr. Bepic Street for the Tri-City Slam land qualifier. Seeing that reverse sweep over a team like James Madison, pretty insane. Just seems to be kind of thing that Florida does. I mean, they're ranked number 2 for a reason. They're gonna be dangerous.
You want to see something, Jonas? While we're sitting here, okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, give me 2 seconds here. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. Alrighty, I'm just gonna blow this up really quickly.
Oh,
yeah.
Map.
So there's 176 schools competing this season. This map took 2 or 3 days to put together. But yeah, it's gonna get made to a graphic hopefully soon and posted on Twitter. But yeah, that's not up to me to get done. But yeah, hopefully. Oh, wait, we're on mute? No, we're not. We're good. Oh, Larry's saying let's do it. All right, let's roll. The boys want to play. Larry messed up our... Larry screwed over our segment.
They're hungry. They're trying to keep the momentum going. They're coming fresh off a reverse sweep. They want to carry that into VTech.
Yeah, they do. Virginia Tech and Florida, our final game tonight, the main event here in CCS Season 8 on our second night of the season.
And again, this should be a big matchup, and it looks like we might be delayed. Nope, we are good to go. Sap just wanted to wait till the very final moment to hop on the pitch, but we're set. Game number 1 officially into it. Virginia Tech, they're going to have their hands full. We kind of knew that going in, Nation, but now especially with just the win Florida coming off of, it's going to be tougher.
And this is the premier match of the ACC SEC scheduling challenge. Virginia Tech and Florida. Now again, 2 of the top 10 teams in the country in CCS here tonight. And again, it's going to be a long week, because the non-conference week is always a blast. And as Jonas, I know you know the news about next year, but it's going to get even better.
Yeah, we'll do so, as it's going to be the Hokies on the board first, as Larry maybe not too warmed up, just didn't quite get up to that ball on the backboard enough, and a wide open look for Silent.
It's Virginia Tech 1-0 over Florida so far. 30 seconds into regulation, and Florida trailing is again coming off a reverse sweep against James Madison, who's also ranked in CCS at the moment. I'm not too sure their official ranking because I'm not looking at the graphic right now, but they are ranked. But Florida did pull off the win there over on Mr. Epic's channel in the Tri-City Slam land qualifier. So congrats to Florida. They'll move on to Chattanooga's land in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But 1 minute down here, Virginia Tech leading 1.
Yeah, James Madison currently ranked number 6. So in the frame of CCS, it was 2v6, and the reverse sweep happened, and there here, nation, Mr. Bepic and the crew.
Shout out, Mr. Bepic.
They just want to keep watching Florida play.
That they do. Well, we're gonna welcome you to another Florida series here. As you're joining us from Mr. Bepic's Twitch channel. We're more serial content. We're NCAA Division I institutions competing against our athletic conferences. This is our non-conference week 1 here this season. Conference play begins next week. But it's been a premier night so far. Tons of great games. You missed it earlier. Akron swept Charlotte as Hammy Crackers finds 1. Syracuse bounced back and beat Cincinnati. We've had a lot of great content tonight. Maryland down to Arizona. And now Virginia Tech to Florida tied at 1.
Yeah, Florida, it was playing directly after that reverse sweep. Unfortunately, had to delay our start time a little bit because Florida won just by about for 20 minutes, just because Florida wanted to make it interesting. And here we are, they're getting it going again, and Virginia Tech meeting them. The Hokies are fresh, but Florida, they're trying to keep things going, but it's going to be VTech who claim the lead once again.
Virginia Tech find goal 2 as the Hokies 2-1 they go up, 3:04 remaining. And again, Florida out of Gainesville, Florida, and Virginia Tech out of Blacksburg, Virginia. 3:04 to go, they lead by 1.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see Virginia Tech. They're still a team that are a lot of question marks for me in Florida. Is Florida. The Gators are the Gators, always going to be scary, always going to be a threat, looking to dominate the SEC and maybe try and take down Akron, and Hammy Crackers is one of the reasons why.
Hammy Crackers in this premier ACC SEC scheduling challenge. I mean, 2:46 to go. This is the top dogs. It's 2-all. They're going to give. This is going to be a great match. I already know it. It's going to game 5.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see it again. Florida was a top 4 finishing team last season as they fell to Akron in the semifinals, got swept by the Zipsaz. Tough look there, maybe a quick transition for the Gators, silent low boost, but Larry can't get it through him. Hammy trying to get it up towards Larry. He's up, pre-jump off the ceiling, no contact made, and looks like Florida's still feeling it after that reverse sweep as Larry gonna put this one away to get the lead in the hands of Florida.
Florida reclaimed the lead, and you know, for Virginia Tech, unfortunately, haven't really had too much tournament success with a round of 32 exit last season to James Madison. At 2:22 to go here, though, in game 1, the Hokies trailing 3-2 after the first half here, but I think we still got a long way to go. This is going to be a long series. Florida coming off a reverse sweep against James Madison. Virginia Tech, a very talented team after last season's almost very close to an ACC championship, but nonetheless, very good teams here competing tonight. 2 of the top 10 teams in the league.
Yeah, we made our predictions for this matchup before I think we knew that the Gators were, you know, going to go into a reverse sweep win, so wasn't too sure of what was going to occur before we made our guesses, but I'm going to stick with it. I still think this is going to go to game 4, and I think Florida are going to take it 3-1. I think Virginia Tech are going to be able to sneak one away. I think maybe as time goes on, the Gators might get a little fatigued playing 5 straight and then going into this series. Think the Hokies might be able to get one away, but ultimately I think it's going to be a Gator kind of night.
I mean, I could see that being the case. There's a goal 4, 123. I'm still going to stick to my Virginia Tech pick in 5, but I mean, at some point fatigue has to set in if you're Florida with 83 seconds to go here.
I mean, we say that, but Hammy already 3 of 3 in game 1 of this series as he has shot perfectly thus far, and ultimately the offense from Florida is always going to be so up there with the best and can go on those runs where they just look absolutely unstoppable. And Virginia Tech gonna be tough to really slow that down as Hammy takes flight once again, maintains the air dribble, gets bumped off, silent clears away. Sapp trying to push it middle to Larry, might have gotten caught up, no, gets back in time to shut down silent on transition.
1 minute left to go. The Hokies trailing by 2. Get a little bit of a bump play there, but it's not good enough to get past Hammy Crackers. As 48 seconds remaining, one more attempt from Sapp is no good. Rebound is Larry. It's 5-2.
Yeah, and Florida just keep on hitting the gas here. It's a bit of an awkward touch here. Sap, good jumping on it into the crossbar. Silent couldn't reach it in time. Larry goes top left corner for his second of the match. And again, Florida, they got the momentum rolling beforehand, and they have just kept it going into this series.
And, speaking of, Virginia Tech earlier, I mean, again, rivalry week is now a real thing for them as Virginia's in the league. They'll take on Virginia in the last game of the season. And if we just watch Nebraska manhandle Virginia, Larry finds a 6. He'll have a hat trick with 32 seconds to go.
Yeah, did see the Cavaliers struggle a bit, and now it looks like Virginia Tech struggling with the Gators here as Larry has himself a hat trick. 2 Gators with hat tricks here, and Sap has been the facilitator. 4 assists, 3 saves for him.
30 seconds left. Florida now up by 4. Virginia Tech maybe one for the road here. Potentially as Blazers beat out now. Acid Hook able to follow 29 boost. Blazer drop down attempt is no good. It's Sap off the clear. And now Florida will run this clock down and see their way into game 2 with a 1-0 lead.
I think my biggest question at this point is, did Virginia Tech know that Florida are coming off a reverse sweep win over James Madison? And if they do, what does that do to the mental? Because that's got to be something that you look at that and you're gonna be like, oh no, they're gonna be riding high, they're gonna be playing hot. What can we do to combat it? And if they did, it looks like nothing.
I'm pretty sure Silent said he was watching while they were waiting, so I think they know.
Okay.
And if they don't know, I'm sure they know now. So Florida
gotta know that something's up.
6-2 the final. BT's changing cards. Looks like they had, I believe, that was 7 total shots. It was 1, 2, 4, I believe, compared to Florida's 12.
Yeah, I think Sap might be a little tired. Maybe I just wanted to get out of here as soon as possible. And it looks like car change and player change. Wait, are we going to see J-Ro enter?
So J-Ro's jumping in, it looks like.
Yeah, alongside Silent Blazer.
So Aciduck will jump out here in game 2.
I mean, this is something we've seen before with a couple rosters. Not a lot of teams like to do it too frequently, as it does give you options to kind of change up that momentum. Sometimes though, kind of better to stick with that 3 and kind of have them work it out. But it looks like we're seeing that switch out of Virginia Tech. I'm unaware, Nation. Is this something that happens regularly with the Hokies?
This is a brand new sub. They've always just had it Fallon, Acidoc, and Blazer for the last 2 seasons. So I haven't got this. Is J-Ro's brand new this spring, so I'm not too sure. They've never done it before, but I know we've gotten to see A&M do it, and that very old Rutgers roster do it a little bit. But 30 seconds down here, and Florida's already back on the board. It's 1-0.
Yeah, ultimately, the rotation's just not clean enough there for Virginia Tech, and Hammond Crackers makes it look routine off the backboard. Rebound there to put it away, and Virginia Tech have to play a whole lot cleaner than this if they want to try and beat a team like Florida. Here's going to be a good chance, though. Blazer pre-flip, no boost. J-Ro skies it into the backboard. Ball from Silent high as well. I think that was a big offensive chance missed.
Absolutely, and especially in a sketching challenge, though, where the ACC's had a lot of success against the SEC teams. But here at the top, it's been Florida really in the driver's seat. They're dominating. It really kind of feels like now 7-2 the aggregate so far, but it's still early on. Virginia Tech can have time to figure things out, but if this game goes south, I mean, it's probably ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to see Florida getting a reverse sweep versus James Madison and then getting reverse swept themselves. So I do agree, if they pick this one up, it's probably not going to be clawed back.
I could agree to that. I think if Florida went, oh, hold on, double for Blazers, going to be good, 1-1.
Absolute fire coming out from Blazer. I mean, that's just a quick double here, and you can see Hammy didn't look like he was respecting it too much. Went towards the back of the net, didn't want to go for the squishy, didn't have time to pick up another save, and Blazer more than happy to tie things up.
3:32 to go, 1-1 as we enter the second minute here of game number 2. And I still think this series sees at least a game 4. I really feel Virginia Tech's going to get 1 minimum.
I mean, we'll have to see. I think If I'm going to be honest, Nation, I think the decision in that is more up to Florida. I think if Florida stays locked in, if they stay playing sharp, I think it could get done in 3. If they maybe get a little bit lackadaisical, a little too comfortable, a little tired, I think we could see 4, possibly even 5.
Well, the wins here's a pass to Silent, broken up by Larry. Good look there, though, for the Hokies, but comes to no avail. It's half the game nearly gone as J-Ro will find one touch rightward up to Hammy Crackers. Now Florida re-enters the maroon zone here. It's broken up immediately by a Hokie defender as the last 2 minutes approaching Jonas, but it feels like pressure's changed a little bit, though, at least off of, you know, Virginia Tech here with Florida's offense putting up 6 last game. It really feels like they're not as much, you know, punching them in the mouth as they did last game.
Yeah, it looks definitely a little bit more controlled by the Virginia Tech side. Still feeling the pressure a little bit more now for Florida, but the Gators, I mean, they still seem comfy enough. We're still seeing a couple of these mistakes here and again. It's hard to tell at this point, Nation, if the mistakes are, you know, kind of those genuine slip-ups, or if maybe they're just tired, the judgment lapses a little bit. I mean, having a full 5-game series and immediately going into this kind of match right after, it's not something that's easy to do. There's going to be a lot of factors at play, and so whenever you see a mistake out of Florida, it's tough to tell why that's the case.
And J-Ro seems comfortable, I mean, playing in the air at least and fitting in with this lineup, but you know, Florida's Florida at the end of the day, and they're tough to beat, just like any other top team in the country in CCS, like Maryland and Akron, that are very tough to score on. But it really feels like Florida's defense has been fairly solid, just 3 goals so far through almost 9 minutes of regulation play. But you know, Hammy Crackers and Larry, the threat this offense brings is a threat enough to where it's very, very tough to go into this match thinking you've got a real shot to win.
Yeah, it's real scary to slow them down. As we say that, it looked like Hammy might have had an open look there. Ends up somehow sending it into the corner. Kind of got a little bit awkwardly on top of it. Maybe was playing a 50. It's hard to say from that miss, as might see the good turnaround out of Virginia Tech. Larry, good challenge here. Wins it easily to Sap. Had the open net momentarily off the ceiling. Gets it past J-Ro. Now falls to Hammy, and Silent will cut it off towards the corner. Another bump out of Hammy. Sap trying to fake it for Larry. Blazer having none of it.
30 seconds left to go. J-Ro in the wing. Looking for one more touch here. Cannot force it through. It's Larry. Now back to midfield. J-Ro will take his time back to the corner. 20 seconds left to go. It's 2 Titans of the ACC and SCC doing battle 1-1. Virginia Tech really need the next goal more than anything, Jonas.
Yeah, they do, and they very well might find. I mean, overtime is looming here, but Florida might not want it to get there, and it's going to be Hammy Crackers to say something about it. The Gators will claim the lead. 5 seconds left, just no one could reach him.
J-Ro and Blazer both back, but neither of them can make the save and get the play to continue on. But Florida gonna find a goal 2 with 5 to go. The clock will tick down. BT will have 1 chance to score, and it's gonna be no good.
Oh, I mean, it might have been something to happen off that 50, but instead it falls to the ground. Florida up 2-0, and you know, it was much closer in this one. Saw Florida's offense stifled a little bit more, going 2 of 6. Saw Virginia Tech stay a little bit cleaner as a unit. Ultimately, the offense was not what it needed to be from the Hokies. Had 9 shots, 1 of 9. 4 were saved, 4 out of their 9 shots just being off target. Nation, that needs to change.
Well, at least they got Florida outshot this game compared to last game. But even then, I mean, 1 for 9 is nowhere near the benchmark you're going to need to beat Florida. But they felt a lot more in it this game than they did in game 1. So got to give them credit there. It's not like they're playing bad. I think they're playing just fine. They look like a top team still. They'll be a threat in the ACC. But you mentioned the top teams, being Florida, Akron, Missouri, or not Missouri, sorry, Maryland, Charlotte. I mean, those top teams are hard to beat. And Virginia Tech might just be one of those teams where they dominate, but they can never get over the hump of a top team.
Yeah, It very easily could be that. I mean, there seems to sometimes just be such a gap. I mean, Akron has been the epitome of that. We've seen some great teams get up at super high in the rankings, but Akron at the end of the season just looms over all. And we'll see if Virginia Tech can try and get over that hump. And I mean, this is the perfect depiction of the kind of team they need to beat if they want to get there.
This will be monumental. I mean, again, to be able to prove that you can beat a top team in the league is, getting over that hump in the tournament's been top form in the past with, nothing further than a round of 32 for Virginia Tech. So, I mean, again, they just haven't quite had the success in the non-conference portion of their schedules playing against, out of ACC competition.
And that'll be a real test as we'll see Virginia Tech put the first one away. But my biggest question is, Hammy was just kind of sitting in net, just not really moving until the last second, and might start to see a little bit of trolling. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to get a read of the play, but he was just kind of sitting there.
Didn't say anything. I feel like since they got scored and they would have said something if there was an issue, but 4 minutes left to go. The Hokies lead 1-0. Eerily similar to game one. They led for a good majority, but kind of started to sell things away in the second half. But now at this point in a series clinching game, you've got to find a way to gut out this win and get to game 4.
It very well could happen. Good cut from Larry. Blazer there for the follow-up. Silent, no boost. Does get a good bump on Hammy. Steals the corner as well. Sap back in time to deal with this one. Sees Larry across the pitch. Can he deliver it to him? He can, but Blazer steadily back in net once again to sweep it away. Big double commit there as Sap played it around. Hammy and J-Ro punishes.
J-Ro finds a second, 2-0. As Florida trailing 2, their largest deficit of the night is just by 2. So they know this is still way more than manageable of a comeback. I mean, they pulled off 6 unanswered earlier in game 1.
And I gotta say, Nation, it just looks like we're seeing the Gators. It just feels like a little bit of trolling. It really does. We saw Hammy sitting in net, didn't have anywhere to go on the first one, and then the second one, we saw Sap just boot it around his teammate, hit it backwards, and left the open look. And now Virginia Tech, they have 2-0 lead. I'm curious to see if Florida are going to be able to get it back in this one, or maybe it's a game 4 kind of thing. But Sap does cut the lead in half.
Well, if Sap really was trolling on the last goal, he sure made up for it there to get Sap and Florida back within 1. But 2:55 to go is about the time where things started to go south for the Hokies in game 1. So very well could see something similar here, where Florida goes on a huge run to win this game.
I'm curious to see. Larry does get beat up high. Sap back over to Hammy. Larry immediately chasing down Silent. Another good 50 out of Hammy towards the backboard. Sap, tough ball to get to, low boost as well. Seeing Virginia Tech holding strong. Larry, backflip touch. Another good challenge out of Blazer, trying to find his way out. And again, Florida just kind of keeping the pressure on now, hunting for that second goal. And the Hokies trying to work themselves out. Hammy to the backboard. Larry puts it back up to Hammy. Sap, low boost now to Larry, and a couple passes not really going much of anywhere, but a couple big misses out in front. What is Virginia Tech doing?
I don't want to say it, but I think Virginia Tech is trying to throw.
I think
I'm not sure what that was.
That just looked like a big miss out in front. I believe it was Silent who just kind of went by it, and then J-Ro tried to recover with no boost off the back wall, but couldn't. And that gives a bit of a freebie there. And Asanuk says, we ain't throwing on purpose.
I mean, I don't think they're actually throwing, but it looked like they were a little bit there. They both just completely whipped out of the play, but J-Ro's bumped back on the goal line. This one is saved. And now the Virginia Tech all locked up at 2. All this next goal better be for the team in maroon. They're going to have a chance at game 4.
Reset from Hammy. Another stellar challenge out of Blazer, being able to keep that one up high, and Larry wins it right back in the offensive end. Picks up a demo. Silent holding well. Hammy skies it, wants a follow-up snapshot right side. Again, saved away by Blazer. Maybe something in transition as J-Ro trying to get a hold of this one with no boost. Sap steals it away, puts it middle. Blazer again there to meet the Gators. and Silent will work himself out. Still haven't seen Virginia Tech on the offensive end for a bit now, breaking in, but not having a ton of control behind him.
This last season at Virginia Tech got to the last game of the season with a perfectly undefeated record, and it was broken up by NC State. To close this season, they went on to the ACC tournament final and lost to Clemson in a thrilling 7-game overtime series, by the way. But 50 seconds left to go here. Both teams tied at 2. The Hokies looking for a monumental game win here to get to game 4.
J-Ro looking to facilitate, shut down well by Sap. Silent off sidewall. Hammy leaving it for Larry, just boots it forward. Blazer lifts it straight up. Hammy there to meet J-Ro 51 right back into the corner. It seems like really no one could get any solid ground as Sap down to Larry. He'll take control. What does Larry want to do with it? 60 boots in hand, and Blazer jumps from behind to go and meet him, taking away that look before it even starts.
Sap up for this challenge. We'll find one touch. J-Ro will have to way back now. Hammy crackers. 1-on-1 J-Ro gets by the defender. Silent back to make this save. Has some help, and Virginia Tech escape. Depth there on the goal line. Now 1 second left, and we're going to go to overtime.
Florida one more to take the sweep. Virginia Tech one more to keep the series alive. Nothing off the kickoff. Silent will miss, so will Larry towards the corner. Blazer will miss as well. 3 in a row. Now Hammy tries a slow play, and J-Ro will just boom it back on the offensive end. Sap trying to play himself some keep away. Another good 50 towards the middle. Larry trying to play it over Blazer. No dice is being a good look for Blazer. Air dribble, top right corner, wants the dunk. Hammy again boots it away.
Silent, dusted by Sap. Blazer back to make the touch and will. 30 seconds so far in extra period. Hammy crackers denied by J-Ro. Now Sap laughs alive in a 1v2. He's being chased. No good there for the demo. And Virginia Tech still unable to score off the ceiling now. Blaze looking for the pinch. Puts it back to J-Ro. Fires wide left. No good.
Almost able to put something away there as Hammy continuing to, he just looked to be sitting in net a little bit, as now a good look for Blazer. Top shelf. We're heading to game 4.
Blazer finds the game winner. It's not, you know, that was unethical at the ending there, but 58 seconds, you know what? Kind of good.
It was not the prettiest. It was not the prettiest way to win in overtime, as Florida, the defense towards the end got a little, I mean, it was a little bit questionable the entire game around. Again, the 2 goals in regulation, Hammy was just kind of sitting on the goal line, got beat, and then the second one, Sap booted around Hammy to give Virginia Tech an open net, and now they lose it in overtime. Virginia Tech, I mean, they're going to be happy to just keep the series going, but we'll see what Florida has in store in this next one.
Absolutely, we will. Now on to game number 4. And, you know, at this point in this series, I mean, again, Florida's going to try to obviously close it down. They just lost the game in overtime. They're probably going to lock back in here, I'd imagine. But if they decide to mess around a little bit or do some non-Florida activities, we might see a game 5.
I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it's also going to be up to Virginia Tech to really capitalize on those mistakes when they prevent themselves and maybe try and force more. Blazer, good reset pass towards Silent, intercepted by Larry. Hammy goes back to Larry, 30 boost. Looks like he wanted to try and lead Hammy crackers into a pass. No good. Now Silent sees J-Ro middle. Can he deliver it to him? Low boost for J-Ro. Not much going there. Blazer, he goes back middle again, taken away by Florida.
Larry, double attempt. It's going to be no good. Double hit for the defense. And Silent back to the challenge in time. And it's a whiff for J-Ro. Didn't quite get the ball to Virginia Tech territory just yet. Now Hammy crackers with some space. Oh, fire. It's no good. J-Ro able to cover that one up for the defense.
It's a good demo there from Hammy as well. Now slow plays it around. J-Ro tries to lift it over Silent, but red there. Larry looking middle for Sap, intercepted by J-Ro. Silent lobs up, looking for one more touch, maybe a bump. 2 players going for Hammy. No one connects, and it's cleared out again by the Gators. Now Larry in transition, eyeing down the double, knocks it down.
Larry had that one read like a textbook. 3:42 to go, 1:18 off the clock, and Larry saw both defenders were beat there clearly, and he had an easy open double. He'll take that any day of the week.
I don't think I've ever actually read a textbook.
Oh, I definitely haven't either.
I
can't tell you the last time.
Graduated, never once read a textbook.
Probably it's been a minute for me.
Good accomplishment. Good accomplishment. Anyways, 90 seconds to go in this one, and J-Ro might have it immediately back for Virginia Tech. No, Larry gets there. Another great save.
J-Ro back to center. We'll back up now, Hammy. Off the clear, 3:15 remaining. As a demo on the backside, J-Ro's alone. Sap fires is no good. As Blazer gets it clear, that one should not be over. Hammy should have a touch, and yes, he will. 3:05 to play. 2 minutes down in game 4. Virginia Tech had an opportunity here. J-Ro fires a little wide left and no good. Larry able to cover.
Now Larry, another good beat. Blazer there lurking, plenty of boost. Trying to get it back over to Silent. Hammy Cracker is able to pick that one apart. Sap is lurking now in the midfield. Larry, good delayed 50, works his way in. Sap getting bumped out by Silent, who will carry it back through the corner for Virginia Tech. And again, it seems like both teams struggling to really keep control. Maybe something here for Florida. No contact from Larry. J-Ro gives it back to Blazer. A little bit dangerous with Larry trying to find more demos.
2:21 to go. Florida still up 1, make that 2. Larry finds his second of the game. 2:18 to go.
Yeah, able to turn in one more. Good beat up high from Hammy into the backboard. No one up with low boost, and Larry just able to tap it in the far side post. And Virginia Tech, they just can't seem to keep up too much in this one. We're seeing going back and forth. Only 2 shots right now for Virginia Tech. Larry plays it off the near post. Blazer, another good clear. Still think there's potential for the offense to find something here as Blazer tries to air dribble it himself, and that's just not going to be enough.
2 minutes left to go in game 4. Hokies need 2 to see themselves through to a game 5, but a goal a minute here is going to be very challenging. They're going to have their hands full with this Florida defense. It's been near lights out most of the night as Blazer fires, no good. Rebound not there in time.
J-Ro try to continue. Sap will take flight. Larry again just trying to wreak havoc. Finds one demo on Silent. Blazer will be there to take it out of half. Wins a good 50, but has low boost. It'll just have to leave it for Larry. Gets it over J-Ro. Again, time ticking down. 1-2 punch, but Blazer can't put it on target. And again, Florida will just kind of all sit back. Again, no one really pushing forward, kind of giving space there to Virginia Tech as Sap will eventually go and double it away.
Virginia Tech, I mean, I like the shot selection there. It just didn't quite get put on target. That was on target. That was more than likely a surefire goal as Talon's going to try to redirect here. Cannot get it on target as Blazer drops this one down. Back across Arrow there to finish. It's no good. 55 seconds left and Florida escaped with possession.
And we're seeing these solid plays being developed by Virginia Tech, but ultimately not able to capitalize. That's a good one there, but no, the double no good, and the ball from Blazers off target, and the Gators will walk it down to the other side, and that has to be the nail in the coffin. That was an incredible chance for Virginia Tech, and instead it's 3-0 Gators.
They needed that one. 39 seconds left. You need that one late. You get 2 guys overcommitting and 1 fully bumped out of the play with 2 guys shooting an open net. 1. Oh, we're doing kickoff. Okay, we're scoring.
They went for the desperation kickoff strategy, and I don't think Larry was too fooled. I think he was expecting one on the ground, and Larry just put it top shelf. He's 4 for 4.
Well, that really hurts now. Down by 4, 35 seconds left. J-Ro flip a reset. We'll do nothing with it. As 30 seconds are left on the clock, and Jonas, I think this is ball game and all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, if we learn anything from this, is that I am great at predictions.
You know ball.
I said, I think, we're going to see a game 4 go for Florida. I think they're going to, get a little bit tired. They're going to get a little bit of fatigue playing so many games in a row. They take the first 2, give up the third, and they claim it here as that double from Blazer just for 1 more. No good. Florida get the reverse sweep over JMU, and they step into CCS, pick up a 4-game win over Virginia Tech.
Although we've been wrong all night on our predictions. As you guys can see, a couple of interesting results on our sidebar here tonight. I think the most shocking result has to be that Syracuse win over Cincinnati after the way things shook out last night. That was a huge bounce back win earlier on in the broadcast. Arizona, Maryland, that could have gone either way, honestly. Arizona, they looked good. They looked good. They can compete for sure. Maryland's a national title contender, though. We already know that. Syracuse and Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati's kind of got derailed after game one, like you mentioned in that broadcast, but Syracuse got it together tonight.
Yeah, they really did. I was very surprised to see it. You know, they started off slow. Again, it was Cincinnati who took game one of that series. Then we saw Syracuse. They scored in that second game, and you know, I said at the time, Nation, it just looked like the light switch was flipped. They immediately changed. You could see the difference in the way they played, and they immediately just took control.
I mean, it was about a 19-minute drought of no scoring, and then once that first goal came through, the light switch flipped. And it led to 3 in a row there for Syracuse. Got the job done. They're 1-1 heading into conference play next week. And then we saw Akron play Charlotte in a pretty close and interesting, fun series. I don't think that score does that series justice at all. Nebraska manhandled Virginia. I think that's probably the easiest way to put that. Florida Virginia Tech delivered us an interesting series. That was fun.
It was fun. Fun was definitely the word I would use to describe it.
Michigan State beat Utah off broadcast. South Carolina took 2 losses tonight, both to Clemson in 4 and Penn State in 3. So rough night there, and Columbia. But you know, league play will go on for the Gamecocks next week. But one night it's been, Jonas. Unfortunately, you're gone the rest of the week. You said you might be here Thursday, but not looking too good for the Nation duo, Nation Jonas cast the rest of the week. But we'll return soon, I promise.
Yeah, I'm busy. I got work. Yeah.
Well, last night we talked, after that broadcast, I had a couple of, reactions of Arizona, Maryland, and Indiana. Maryland, Indiana, and Akron are national title contenders. A&M and UCF have serious questions we still want answered. And where do we stand with Syracuse? Are they cooked? Or are they going to struggle? Or are they going to get it figured out? Well, I think tonight that question got answered just a little bit. I think they've got it figured out now. But where do you stand after day 2?
I mean, for me, Syracuse, I'm going to be honest, there's still a little bit of a question mark there for me. They looked a lot better. I think they definitely have it more together, but I still want to see how they do come conference play. I want to see how everything shakes out there. Ultimately, I still think we have our front runners. I'm so excited to see Big Ten conference play start up. That is going to be incredible. Every single week, there's going to be, easily 2 tournament teams going head to head, and it's just going to be an absolute blast to watch that conference play out. I want to see who, kind of sits atop the others. I want to see Florida compete. I want to see them dominate as they happen, and I want to be surprised. That's the biggest thing. I want to see someone come out of nowhere and prove that they're a tournament team and that they're a contender as well.
I think A&M's going to try to prove that after missing the tournament last season, but we'll have to wait and see. A&M looked interesting last night. They'll play. They also beat UCS. They open conference play next week, so we'll see how things shake out for the Aggies. But anyways, thank you guys for all watching. It's been a lot of fun to have Jonas back, a part of the community and the broadcast these last 2 nights after not having called a game together for 10 months. But now we're back together again. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been. It's been great. I'm happy to be back. Been going through a lot of life changes, moving, getting new jobs, being busy. But it's always great to be welcome back here to CCS, and you know what? It just stays the Collegiate Cinema League. It's incredible.
It really does. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys probably Thursday night when I'm back around. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Those last 2 nights. It's been a lot of fun. We're super excited for what's to come.